Hi, how are you? It's Traviseen here, and welcome back to our adventures in the Season of Discovery. Last episode, we learned a new rune called Burnout, and we got that by freeing a frozen murloc from a block of ice that it was trapped in. So let's check out Burnout here. Engrave your chest with the Burnout rune. Increases your spell critical strike chance with all spells by 15%. But your non-periodic spell critical strikes now have an additional mana cost of 1% of your base mana. We currently have that on our chest piece. And today we will be doing some more quests.
What are you looking for?
In Tirisfal Glades.
Executor Zigan tells me you've been out killing Scarlet Crusaders. Tirisfal Glades is crawling with them. Varimathras, lieutenant to the Dark Lady, is seeing to it personally that the scum of Azeroth, the human race, gets wiped into oblivion. Here in Tirisfal Glades, we face a particularly annoying breed of humans, the Scarlet Crusade. Venture forth and wage an offensive on the Scarlet Crusade, adventurer. Bring me back 10 Scarlet insignia rings as proof of your loyalty to Varimathras and the Dark Lady.
The mass graves, southwest of Garen's haunt to the north, were made to accommodate the impressive number of deaths Tirisfal suffered when the plague first came. The bodies in these graves have so far been spared an undeath, but the Scourge now send Rothhide gnolls to gather the corpses and use them to bolster their armies. This cannot be allowed. Your task is twofold. Slay the Rothides at the mass grave and
We'll stick with
Garen's
these quests, that's enough for now.
and gather from them the embalming ichor that gives them life. The Scourge are trying to form a base at the Agamand Mills. If they do, then they can stage further attacks within Tirisfal. The orders have been given. The Scourge in the mills must be destroyed. Go to the mills, collect notched ribs from Rattlecage and Cracked Skull soldiers and blackened skulls from Dark-Eye Bonecasters. To get to the mills, follow the road west. After crossing the bridge, take the next fork north, then keep going north. When you see windmills, the battle will begin.
The voiceover add-on did a great job with the Undead voices. I think they may be my favorite to listen to out of all of the voiceover voices that I've heard so far. And I've played Alliance as well. So, I guess that's saying something. All right, so we're going to, well, I guess we have something to do south here. We're going to go up this way, though. We're going to get some Scarlet Insignia rings. And we are also going to get another rune today, guys. And it is a rune called Enlightenment. It's a chest rune. You deal 10% more damage while you have more than 70% mana. While below 30% mana, 10% of your mana regeneration continues while casting. So you pump pretty hard if you have over 70% mana. That doesn't last too long for us. We tend to fall below that pretty fast. So I guess our first couple of spells would be, would have 10% more damage. And the way we get this rune is we head over to this farm over here in Tirisfal Glades. We have to find odd melons, and we have to cast Polymorph on 6 of them and loot the apothecary notes. So that is what we will be doing today. And we're also going to do a bunch of quests as well. As many as we can. And I also got a bunch of bags last episode. Happy about that. Don't have to really worry about bag space. Got this sent over from my main, the Warlock. And I noticed we got a book, guys. We got this book at the alchemy area, I guess you could call it, in Brill, where the alchemist is. The Apothecary's Metaphysical Primer. And you have to collect a bunch of books in Azeroth to get a rune. There we go. It's one odd melon polymorphed. It's kind of interesting. So yeah, you have to find all of these books, guys. And we found one already. There's quite a bit. I think there's close to 20, maybe more. And what it says about the Apothecary's Metaphysical Primer. Elementary notes on arcane theory and spell research compiled by Archmage Rotwick of the Royal Apothecary Society. A fine addition to any library's collection. So I'm not too sure where we need to deliver these books, but we have to deliver quite a bit before we can access the ruin. So now I wonder how these undead got turned into melons. Either like maybe the Scarlet Crusade did that, or maybe they were spying on the Scarlet Crusade by I don't know, pretending that they're melons in a farm. All right, we'll be okay here. You know what we're gonna do? Gonna put Living Flame on this guy. Try to group him up. Yeah, she's getting wrecked by that flame. Oh, that was Farmer Solidin. He's a rare. I didn't know that. I'll notice that until he died. Oh, there's a scarlet ring. Nice. Let's make ourselves some water. We are going to need it. We did not get to pick up the silver leaf, so we'll head back and pick that up. And then we'll make our way around the farm. We'll try to find 4 more odd melons. And then that will be our 5th ruin collected. Seems like you get a lot of ruins at the start, which is cool. And then there's like a few like hard ruins to get for each class. Like on my Warlock, I still haven't gotten the Metamorphosis ruin, which is a pretty cool ruin. It allows you to tank as Warlock. But the quest chain is just, it's pretty damn long, and you do need a group to do it. So I have to get on that. We've pretty much done everything we wanted to do on the Warlocks. Like I've done the raid and did a little bit of Warsong Gulch, the battle for Ashenvale. And all I have left is 2 more runes to get. The raid is a lot of fun, though. Great introductory raid. If you've never raided before, it's a good raid to go into as a first raid. Because, one, the mechanics are not that challenging. And it doesn't take up a lot of time, guys. Like, you could probably clear it in an hour if you're going, like, really slow. And you're just taking your time. Probably be just over an hour. Which is pretty good, because some raids, you know, usually take over like 3 hours. It's usually like the common, like allotted time for like a raiding session in World of Warcraft. And I wonder how Gnomeregan will be. Will it be more challenging than Black Fathom Deeps? And I also would hope that some of the gear from Black Fathom Deeps is just so OP that we end up using it at level 40. Because that would be cool. And the reason why I think I want that is because I don't want like Black Fathom Deeps just to become irrelevant after Season 1, right? Because I assume they'll keep the raid up, right? Like Black Fathom Deeps will always just be a level 25 raid now. I doubt they'll get rid of it and bring it back to you know, its older version where it was just a dungeon. Alright, so I guess we'll wait for some more melons to spawn. We need 3 more. I don't really see many, so we'll just farm some rings here. Yeah, burnout's awesome. I assume it's also increasing the damage of Living Flame as well. And I've heard that mages can actually do RFC solo. If you play like an arcane spec that like allows you to heal. Supposedly mages can solo RFC and people are getting carried by mages for like leveling boosts. Which is just going to be another way mages can make gold, right? I've also seen some videos on warlocks being able to solo Wailing Caverns as a tank. I'm not surprised that. Probably start seeing a lot of that as well. Really any class that can heal itself. And also like put out quite a bit of damage. Should be pretty good at soloing dungeons. Oh, we got a waylaid supply crate. So what these are, you turn these in. We don't have the rep here, but there's like a logistics and supply, toward logistics and supply reputation you want to get. And once we get that up to friendly, we will unlock a ruin. Not too sure what ruin that is, but it shouldn't take us too long. I think we'll get like maybe 150 rep for this crate. And if we want to get more rep, I think we're around like 500 to 600, we have to add 20 herb baked eggs to complete the shipment. Now, we don't have cooking yet. We sure don't have any eggs to cook, so I think we'll probably just be turning that in without the 20 eggs. And we'll just get like a little bit of rep. Yeah, I wonder what you get for that. I can check. So yeah, the ruin you get for turning in all of these books, guys. There's 13 books. It's quite a bit of books we have to collect. And you get Icy Veins, which is a pretty amazing spell. They always make sure, like, the good spells are locked behind, you know, long journeys that you have to do to acquire them. What Icy Veins does, it hastens your spell casting, increasing spell casting speed by 20% and reduces the pushback suffered from damaging attacks while casted by 100%. So you don't get any pushback for 20 seconds. So you have 20 seconds of 20% casting speed. So you're just pumping. That's quite a bit of books, guys. Let's see if there's any more books here in Tirisfal Glades. Yeah, we got the first one, the Apothecary's Metaphysical Primer from that Brill Alchemy shop. Down at the Sepulture, there's supposedly a book. And that's, I think it's Silverpine Forest. It's kind of funny, we just stumbled upon that book. We just were like in the apothecary shop and we're like, oh, look at that shiny thing over there. I assume that's how most people stumbled across these books. And it was a lot of fun, like, seeing the class discords trying to figure out how to get all of these runes. I wonder which rune we get for being friendly. Oh, we get Arcane Surge. So it's an arcane spell. That's what you get for being friendly with Duratar Supply and Logistics. And what Arcane Surge does, unleash all of your remaining mana in a surge of energy focused at the target, dealing bunch of damage. Bunch of arcane damage. Increased by up to 300% based on your mana remaining. Afterward, your normal mana regeneration is activated and increased by 300% for 8 seconds. That's pretty good. We sure are getting our herbalism up today, guys. It's a very easy profession to level. Well, compared to mining, it seems like there's always more herbs than ores around. All right, so we found an odd melon, and it actually says under the odd melon, it's a wild polymorph. This creature has been transformed. Okay, so I think they've been transformed by the Scarlet Crusade. They don't really say anything, though. All right, so that's 4. 4 melons found. We need to find a few more. And I think we need one more ring. Yes, guys, I do look up how to find the ruins. Like, I think everybody does. I'm not going to try to figure it out. You can do that, but some of them you'll never find. You like all those books, like finding those books by yourself, that would take ages, man. Level 9, guys. One more level and we will have our talent tree. Probably go into fire, I think. Check them all out. But we'll go fire first. Okay, one more melon to go, guys, and it's right over here. Let's combine the pages. And there we go. Spell Notes Enlightenment. We'll give Enlightenment a try. We're going to have to remove Burnout. I don't know if it's going to be better than Burnout. But I'll read it again. You deal 10% more damage while you have more than 70% mana. Well, below 30% mana, 10% of your mana regeneration continues while casting. Let's see what this is like. Should be doing quite a bit of damage here. But I think our fireballs are doing more damage, man. Like, we were hitting these guys with, like, 60 damage fireballs. So I think Burnout will be better, but we'll give it a try for a bit. And Burnout lasts even if we're like below 70% mana, so we're still like, we're always doing like that 15% extra crit. 44, not bad. And there it is, Enlightenment. So it's actually a buff that gets applied to you. And then it'll remove once we go under 70%. Let's see what happens here. Should be under 70 now. Yeah, it's right after the mob died. Fell off. Okay, so I guess we'll head over to the Mills Overrun. I think that's where that family is. The Agamons. Good thing about herbalism too, we'll be able to make our own pots. It's supposedly buying up herbs and crafting pots. Just buying up herbs from the auction house and crafting pots. You actually make quite a bit of gold from doing that. The thing about making gold, guys, it never beats the credit card. That's the problem. It's a problem with MMOs. Even though it's like, you know, you have a chance of getting banned. I never buy gold, but that's always in the back of my mind. If you do the math, you're better off just buying it. And I assume that's why most people do that, right? If you're actually putting in the time to farm gold. I think the only time maybe... Well, the only time it's not, you know, is if you're enjoying it. If you're enjoying, you know, the process of farming gold, then, you know, then I guess buying it isn't better. I think if you're playing the auction house, like maybe it can kind of compete. Because like if you're playing the auction house, you just go log in, buy a bunch of stuff. You're like offline. It's like you can buy all this stuff, do a little bit of crafting while you're AFK, and then put everything back up on the auction house in like 5 minutes. It doesn't take up much time at all. So I think if you play the auction house, it's probably pretty comparable to the people who just, you know, buy gold with their work money. It's too bad MMOs are like that, though. Like, there's always somebody who wants to buy gold, and there's always somebody who's willing to farm it and sell it. And that's in like every MMO. I think one of the most like relaxing ways of making gold too, or just chill ways, is just doing quests. So once you hit max level, most quests give you like over a gold per quest. It's not too bad. I don't think it's better than, you know, auction house flipping. Obviously, I think that probably takes less time. But you do need to like have a profession that like can make you like a decent amount of coin. And I think that at the moment those professions are probably alchemy for sure, maybe blacksmithing, tailoring, leatherworking. I don't think engineering really makes any money because there's not really much you can sell other than like bullets and yeah, mostly just bullets for hunters. Guess you could sell grenades, but only other engineers can use them, so they'll most likely just make their own. Yeah, I wonder what the best professions are. I assume alchemy. Like, a lot of... Cooking's a good one. People do buy food, but I think alchemy's probably the best gold maker. And then there's enchanting. Enchanting probably makes quite a bit. Because what you can do is you can just buy up items that are being sold for cheap on the auction house that are being sold. It's kind of competitive, though. It's probably too competitive. I assume people just like pick those up right when they like hit the auction house. But you can buy items that people are selling for under the disenchant value, and then sell the enchanting mats. So you could just buy the item disenchanted and then sell the enchanting mats. Make a little bit of profit there. To be honest, you don't really need a lot of gold to enjoy Season of Discovery. Like, I probably spent like... Oh man, we might die to this guy. Do you have any more mana? Let's use a health pod, why not? I don't know if we have enough mana for him. I put that on him, he might die. Let's tell him to relax here. Is that a character? Yeah. Agents of Brill. Undead Rogue. Thought that guy was running to kill us. Thought he was like a mob. Or an NPC. Yeah, you don't really need too much gold. I think like what I've been doing on my Warlock is I just do quests and then just get some gold from a couple of quests, and then I sell whatever I pick up on the auction house, and that's been more than enough for me to buy my raid consumes. For now. Eventually you're going to run out of quests to do, though. And then those raid consumes are going to get a little too expensive. But I assume they'll probably go down in price because we got all these like botters botting and stuff like that, so we'll see what happens. It's one good thing about botters. It makes stuff a lot cheaper. It's good if you're buying stuff. Like if you're buying gold, it's good because you won't spend as much on your raid consumes. Because all the botters are flooding the market with stuff. But if you're trying to make gold on the auction house, it's tough because it's usually flooded with materials and stuff like that. And it seems like warriors have climbed to the top, too. Everyone thought warriors were not going to be as good as they were in vanilla, but it seems like warriors are the best DPS in the game at the moment. They have the highest DPS in the game as a warrior. And it's by quite a large margin. I think second is Rogue. And I think as warriors start just getting more and more gear that's good, they're just going to keep on like flying up the DPS meter. But the good thing is they're not the best tank. So at least that's something they don't have anymore. As Supposedly shamans are really good tanks at the moment. They're like the best tank in the game. So that's a good thing for the Horde. And then, from what I found, healers and... for healers, I think it's Disc Priest and Resto Druid seem to be the best. There you go. We're going to be able to make some potions now with this Earth Root. Yeah, with this Silver Leaf, we'll be able to sell these for potions for quite a bit. I don't know if it's worth it, though. I think for each potion we make, we get like a 10 copper profit. It's not too much. Pretty crappy margins there. It's better than nothing. Most likely going to sell all these pots. Maybe we'll keep a few and sell a few. This guy's got a lot of health. It's pretty much living through an entire living flame. And supposedly mage healers are not bad. They're like, all right. So maybe we'll give that a try. Kind of weird healing on a mage. One thing I haven't really witnessed yet is rogue tanking either. That'd be kind of cool to see. So we got to get some notched ribs. I think we have to slay a few more of the family members as well. Let's get our buffs back. Oh, what did we get there? Quest, a letter to Yvette. This is a letter written by Thurman, the eldest son of Gregor Agamont. It is addressed to Yvette Farthing, though it does not appear to have reached her. Oh, there we go. We found another quest. There's another odd melon. It's resisting my ice lance. I wonder if we polymorph it, we'll do the same thing. The devs must have had a lot of fun, like, setting all these quests up. Yeah, we're gonna maybe die here. Oh, we're pulling quite a bit of stuff. Oh, he evaded. These ancestors have quite a bit of health. Just need a few notched ribs here. Next one. Oh, that was a big crit there. If you keep your mana up, this is pretty damn strong. Enlightenment's not bad. I think it would be pretty good if you had like a burst combo. Resisted that. Oh, we just need one more notched rib. I'm gonna head over this way. Try to find another Agamont. Oh, there she is right there. She's inside. My warrior just clapped that guy. Charge dead. The living flame on this guy. Can't really kill this one. We got a health pot. I don't know if we'll be able to be off with this bone caster. What's the problem with enlightenment? When you're low mana, you can't really do as much damage, but you are getting the mana regen, so that's good. So you won't have too much trouble like running out. That's another good thing about alchemy too. We'll have a lot of these health pots. And mana pots. Keep us alive. Where the heck is she? Somebody go in and kill her while I was fighting her? Oh, she's upstairs. Here she is. Oh no. Watch out. Alright, we got Nissa's remains. We just need two more. Need to find Devlin and then Thurman. And then we'll make our way back to Brill. Maybe we'll head over to the alchemy shop. And we'll craft a few potions. Suppose this guy was on top of a herb. Another supply crate, 6 copper short swords. Well, we won't be able to make that. Supposedly that's another good way of making some coin. You just sell the waylaid materials. Because people are always buying that stuff to level up their reputation. Alright, Devlin should be down here. We'll go find him. Alright, we found him. Another waylaid crate. Rough copper bombs. You would have to be an engineer to craft those. It's good to know that those are being bought in the auction house for that. Look, Devlin Agamon has already spawned once again. Where's the final one? I think he looks like these guys are waiting for him. Is that him? Thurman, yeah, there he is. I know he's hearthing out. Give him a buff. Just imp a buff too. Looks like we'll have to wait, guys. We're a little too late. Let's make some manas here. I wonder if this Thurman guy spawns as fast as his brother Devlin. Maybe. Maybe not. I mean, we could do that. We could level up our first aid while we're waiting. Oh, our bags filled up quite a bit. Good thing we got some bags, guys. That's a lot of bags. Let's put these here for now. That's quite a bit of bags. I mean, that's quite a bit of space we used up already. We'll make a decent amount of coin from all this junk. Oh, we have a two-handed staff there. I wonder if we got any, like, upgrades. With that 7 armor cloth, 13 armor cloth legs right there. So that's an upgrade. Let's put those on. We'll have to put living flame on those. I think it doesn't cost like a reagent to, like, you know, swap your runes. I'm happy they didn't do that. It's something like they would probably do in the past. It'd probably cost you a bit to like switch your runes around. Kind of happy they just let us do it freely. No cost. I think the game's a lot more fun that way. I kind of wish there wasn't a cost to change your spec either. Like, it's one thing I hated about Classic. Was how expensive it was to go from one spec to the other. You know, at the start it's not too expensive, but over time it can go all the way up to like 50 gold for each time you change your spec. All right, so there we go. We're done with that, guys. Let's hearth out of here. We have a lot of items to sell. And we have a few quests to turn in.
I'm listening.
Do you have the remains of the Agamans? Are those cruel, cursed beasts finally destroyed?
Revenge has a sweet taste, don't you think? When you destroyed the Agamans, did you catch any hint of free will within them? I hope so. I hope they knew fear before they were smashed into oblivion. It is a foolish hope, I know, but it is a hope I foster nonetheless. Thank you. Devlin's bones will rest nicely on my mantle. If my cold heart can find warmth, it is in knowing that the Agamans are destroyed. They failed me and my family when the plague came. Now I swear I will smash their remains under my heel. You have given me the remains of the Agamans and satisfied my desire for revenge. But the Agamand mills hold a threat to all the Forsaken, not just to me. I have spoken to Magistrate Severin of your exploits against the Agamans, and he wishes to speak with you.
Oh, my poor Thurman. I begged him to leave Agamand Mills with me and my father, but his family loyalty was too strong, and I knew it. I just knew it that Brand meant him harm. Oh, curse this plague and the scourge, but regrets are for the weak. As a Forsaken, I have
We
new
can't
goals,
buy
and love
any
is not one of them.
pots from
I
these
would
guys?
thank you for delivering this letter, for I had wondered what happened to my past love.
It's too bad.
That life is over, forever.
Varimathras would be proud. You serve your leaders well, adventurer. Your efforts in the war are felt among us, adventurer. I will not thank you for doing what is necessary, but the Death Guards of Tirisfal will remember your name.
Wonder if we'll get 10 for turning this in.
That better be. Coleman speaks well of you, adventurer, telling of your successful forays into the Agamand Mills.
Very close,
The Forsaken have need of your talents once again.
The Agamand Mills area has become a foothold for the Scourge. Their strongest point is the Agamand family crypt, where their local military leader, a skeleton named Captain Dargol, has headquartered. With necromancy, he has raised the ancestors of the Agamans and plans to use them against us. This cannot pass, and you must stop it. Travel to the Agamand family crypt and defeat the raised Agamand ancestors. And bring me the skull of Captain Dargol.
Alright, so let's sell this junk. Dagger, I don't think we could use that. I don't think anybody would use it. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we have quite a bit of herbs, guys. We have a few things to do when we go to Undercity. Do that eventually. But that is going to be the end of today's episode. Next episode, we should get level 10, and we'll unlock our talent tree. But, as always, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.